Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 3. We are going to present about our project proposal about the Masjid Al-Fattah, Batu at Kuantan, Pahang. We are from Group 3. So before we go into a technical part, let me briefly introduce the company behind this project, which is Prime Builders Sdn Bhd. So Prime Builders was established back in 2008, and since then the company has been actively involved in the construction and engineering industry. So our company is a fully licensed and insured, which basically means all projects are carried out professionally and according to the regulations. With our experience is 17 years of experience, Prime Builders has successfully completed project worth more than 50 million. This project includes such as commercial buildings, community facilities, religious development, which is aligned with the project. So the company is very familiar with the project that serve public. One thing that really stand out about our project, about our company, which is Prime Builder, which is their expertise in challenging site conditions. So our company is specialized in resiliency engineering, which is flood prone areas. So instead of avoiding difficulty sites, they design we design a smart solution like a elevated foundation, integrated drainage system to make sure the structure remains safe, functional and sustainable in a long term. Overall, our company, Prime Builders, focus not just on the building structure, but on the building durable, sustainable, and community focus on infrastructure, which makes suitable for the project like this. Alright, let's talk about what Prime Builder actually stand for. First, our vision is want to more than just another construction company, which is the vision is become to be a leader in construction engineering, especially in building flood resilient infrastructure, because the flood don't just damage buildings, but they affect people and communities. So the idea is simple: build structure and can stand strong during flooding and protect communities and still serve people well for many years to come. And then our mission is this is how we make the vision happens. At the same time, we believe that good project is not just well built, but also finished on the time without cutting corners. So in short, we want to build smart and build safe, build with the future minds. Next. So this slide show that organization chart for the Masjid Al-Fattah project. This is basically our organization chart, how the decision making in this project. At the top we have managing director. We think of this role as big picture person. They give the overall direction of the mosque development and approve the major financial contract and decision and step in where there are serious issue or risk. We are also to make sure the project follow the ethical value and respect the importance of the mosque as a project community. Next is the engineering manager, which is the technical backbone of these projects. They oversee all the engineering works such as structure, architecture and M&E, which is mechanical and electrical. Before anything is built on the site, they review first and approve drawing to ensure that everything comply with the Malaysian standard and authorities requirement. And then we have a commercial manager, which is this role focus on the money and contract. They control the project budget for this project and handle variation of the claim and make sure the procurement is cost effective without sacrificing quality. And then we have the finance manager, which is the main job to make sure that there is enough cash flow to keep construction going. Next is QHSE manager, which is for safety and quality. This role ensure that the site is safe and the quality work is high and environmental rules for the followers. Since this is a mosque project, safety and workmanship are especially important to protect both worker and the public. So moving on to the engineers. So these are the people who turn drawings into reality. So they supervise construction works on sites, coordinate with subcontractor and solve technical issue to make sure everything is built correctly. Next is quantity surveyor, which is they handle the measurement of the cost, preparing the bill of quantity, certifying payment and managing variation. For the on-site, we have safety team, which is QA and the QC team. So the safety team conduct such as daily inspection, enforce PPE usage and prevent any accidents. Meanwhile, for the QA/QC teams, they check the material of the quality projects and the workmanship to make sure the mosque is built to a high standard. Next is a project manager, which is very important role here. They act as a bridge between the management and consultant site teams. They manage such as schedule, chair meetings, solve problem and balance time, cost, quality and safety. Lastly, we have the site construction team. On the site, they handle daily construction activities such as supervise subcontractor, manage manpower, and material, so keep the site clean and orderly, which is reflecting the dignity of the mosque environment. So overall, this organization structure ensure the clear responsibility, smooth and communication. So in order to helping the Masjid Al-Fattah project to be completed safely, efficiently with higher quality. Alright, let's move on to the project overview. So this project is actually Masjid Al-Fattah located at Batu 3, Jalan Gambang, Kuantan, Pahang. So the total offsite area is about the 159,844 square feet. So it's quite a large scale of development. So the total project value is approximately 3.47 million and the construction duration is 1 year and 3 months. Let's talk about the main objective of the project. So we want to focus on the technical and engineering objective. The focus here is to ensure the mosque is designed and constructed with a strong structural performance and proper engineering coordination. So next is the flood mitigation and the safety objective. So we want to give a special attention to the elevator and foundation, which is effective drainage and overall site safety. Lastly, the sustainability and environmental objective. So this project aims to minimize the environment impact by using efficiency site planning, durable materials and environmental responsible construction practice and ensuring that the mosque can service in a long time.
Hi, Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Siti Fatimah binti Abdul Manap. My metric number TE22112. Today, I will be present about design and concept of Masjid Al-Fattah Batu 3. Okay, this slide explains the main design concept of the project. First, the overall form and identity. The building is based on oval geometry, which is symbolic, harmony, balance, and unity. These values are central to Islamic architecture. While the form is inspired by tradition, it is inspired in a contemporary way to create a modern mosque identity that still respects its ritual roots. Okay. Second, the Qibla-oriented special focus. The entire design is clearly oriented toward the Qibla. The mihrab is expansive as the primary visual and spiritual focal point, helping worshippers immediately understand direction and purpose as they enter the prayer space. Okay, third, the symmetrical and open prayer hall. At the center of the design is a column-free prayer hall. This ensures an urban structure view, well-organized prayer room, and a strong sense of unity among worshippers. The symmetrical layout, which is a reinforced order, cleanliness, and collective worship. Okay, finally, functional zoning and circulation. The mosque is careful zoned to support daily use and peak prayer time. This is a separate women's prayer area, site located supporting space, balanced staircase, and surrounding veranda. This element improve privacy, movement, ventilation, and allow for overflow during large congregation. Okay. For the summary design and concept, the design is combine Islamic principle, which is modern functional, to create a mosque that's a mosque focus that's spatially clear and welcoming for all users to come in the mosque. Okay, now this slide show the layout for Masjid Al-Fattah Batu 3, including the ground floor and upper flank. Okay, starting with the ground floor, the layout is organized around the main prayer hall, which is form the center space of the mosque. This area is clearly oriented toward the Qibla, ensuring proper alignment for congregational prayer. Supporting space such as the imam room, administrative office, and then multi-purpose room are positive along the side. This arrangement allow easy access while ensuring that daily activity do not disturb the prayer area. Moving the upper floor, the women prayer room is located on this floor to provide privacy and comfort. Although it is separate for the men's section, is maintained the same Qibla orientated, preserving unity in worship. Surrounding the building is a veranda, which is function as a transitional space between indoor and outdoor area. It also serves as an overflow prayer area and exchange natural ventilation, contributing to the thermal comfort of openness within the mosque. For the layout of Masjid Al-Fattah Batu 3 is designed to balance privacy, accessibility, and focus, ensuring that both worship and supporting activity can function efficiently and harmony. Okay, now we are present about architecture overview of Masjid Al-Fattah Batu 3. The mosque is designed using a regular structure grid system, which can be clearly seen in the upper floor plan. This system allows structural load to be evenly distributed down to the lower level, ensuring stability and efficiency. For the result, the entire space remains spacious and calm, supporting a large primary prayer area with a minimal structure interruption. In line with Islamic architecture principle, the main prayer hall is positioned at the center of the layout. The central placement and space symmetry and balance, which are essential elements in mosque design and help create a sense of order and spiritual focus. A key architecture feature is the central dome, indicated by the dot circle in the middle of the prayer hall. The dome as a strong visual landmark and extend the interior quality by allowing natural light to enter from above, creating a bright and more uplifting prayer environment. The design also responds to the tropical climate through effective cross ventilation. Opening around the veranda and side allow air to flow naturally through the building. This passive ventilation strategy improves thermal comfort inside the mosque while reducing radius or mechanical cooling system. Okay, now for the summary of the architecture design of Masjid Al-Fattah Batu 3, successful combined structure invention Islamic design principle and climate responsive strategy to create a comfortable and spiritual enriched space. Okay, now for external concept, this mosque is designed not only as a place of worship but also as an important community space. The facade and landscape architecture work together to strengthen the mosque role as a welcoming and inclusive environment. In front of the mosque, a public open space is provided to allow people to gather, socialize and participate in regular or community activity. This space support events such as prayer, celebration, for Hari Raya and informal meeting, making the mosque a social focal point. For the connection between the parking area and the main entrance is designed with a clear and user-friendly pedestrian rotated. The ensure safe, smooth and orderly movement for visitors of all age. For the landscape, we have a soft landscape element such as shade trees, green area and resting spot are introduced to create a calm and peaceful atmosphere. This feature help reduce heat, improve comfort and exchange the spiritual experience. For the landscape layout, follow the mosque oval form, creating the harmonious relationship between a building and a surrounding. For the overall, the external design reinforces the mosque identity as a serene place of prayer with functional as a welcoming community hub and a prayer for community. Thank you. That's for all for me.
Project schedule overview. This project is the Masjid Al-Fattah construction project, which a total duration 281 days, starting on 19 January 2026 and completing on 12 March 2027. The schedule was prepared using MS Project, and the total project cost is 3.47 million. On work breakdown structure, or WBS, the project is organized using a work breakdown structure into a major phase including pre-construction, earthwork, substructure, superstructure, finishes, EMP works, external work and handover. This structure helps in planning, scheduling and cost control. Task breakdown. Key activities include site investigation and design approval, followed by earthwork and foundation work. Then superstructure construction such as columns, slabs, roof, dome and minaret, and finally finishes, MEP installation and landscaping. Project schedule and timeline. Pre-construction is carried out in early 2026, followed by earthwork and foundation work. The superstructure is constructed in mid-2026, while finish and MEP works continue until early 2027, ending with handover and completion. Key milestone. Major milestones include design approval, completion of foundation work, completion of structural frame, MEP commissioning, and practical completion with CCC. On project cost, so we can see that the project cost of RM 3.47 million is mainly allocated to superstructure, MEP work and finishes, which contingency include of risk management.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Azrul Shahmi bin Sajadi and I will be presenting about cause and effect fishbone diagram for the Masjid Al-Fattah Batu 3, which is the project delays. There are 6 of the fishbone, which is equipment, material, delay, safety, quality, and environment or site. So for the equipment, there are non-conforming supplies, late deliveries, material storage in flood zones, while materials have inflation of material prices, rework due to poor quality, and variation in procurement and supplies underestimated. Number 3 is site access during rain, late approval, which is MPK and permits. And then the last one is weather or flooding shutdowns. For the safety is unsafe temporary works, inadequate PPE and training, and the last one is flood prone site hazards. For the quality is inadequate QA/QC, insufficient skilled labor, and poor material selection. And for the environment and or site, there are 3, so which is poor ground condition, soft clay, sun access during rain, and sensitive structures. Meanwhile, for the fishbone diagram, cause and effect for fire explosion risk, there are 62, which is human factor, material delay, management procedures, environment, and processes. So for the human factors, there are lack of training, failure to follow safety protocols, and human error in handling flammable materials. So for the material, there are improper storage of inflammable materials, use of the volatile chemicals, damaged or leaking containers. For the delay, there are faulty electrical wiring, poor maintenance of equipment, and overheating machinery. Meanwhile, for the management and procedures, there are three: lack of safety audits, inadequate emergency response plan, and poor communication of safety procedures. For the environment, there are ignition sources, poor ventilation, and high ambient temperatures. And lastly is the processes, which is hot work and activities, improper handling of inflammable substances, and tank leaks. So despite for the cause and effect for the Ishikawa diagram or fish and bone diagram, these are the project mitigation strategies that we have to do to mitigate the causes and the problems. So for the first one is the project delay solution. So we have to create a well-structured project plan with clear timelines and realistic milestones, which is use project management software for detailed scheduling and tracking progress. For the number three is to implement buffer times for unforeseen issues such as weather, material, and shortages. And number four is to ensure effective communication and coordination among all stakeholders. Number five is to address labor shortages through outreach program, competitive compensation, and cross-training. Number six is to strengthen the relationship with reliable suppliers and manage inventory through just-in-time or JIT methods. And lastly is to conduct regular risk assessment to identify potential obstacles and develop contingency plans. And for project mitigation strategies in terms of fire and explosion risk solution is to develop and enforce a comprehensive safety plans for handling flammable materials and ignition sources. Number two is to train workers thoroughly on safety protocols and conduct regular safety drills. And number three is to use fire-resistant materials and install barriers around high-risk areas. And number four is to implement a preventive maintenance program for electrical system and machinery. Number five is to ensure safe hot work practices, including isolation, fire-resistant blankets, and fire watches. Number six is to use proper ventilation and gas leak detection in areas with volatile chemicals. Number six is to establish a clear emergency response plan with evacuation procedures and fire suppression equipment. And the last one is to provide continuous safety training and refresher courses for workers. For this project feasibility, there are three: introduction, objective, and key areas. So the overview of the project to relocate the mosque for flood mitigation and the importance of assessing for financial and technical feasibilities. The objective is to determine the financial viability of relocating Masjid Al-Fattah, and the key area is the initial investment, which are up to 3.8 million up to 4.5 million. The capital resources, public donations, government support, corporate CSR, Islamic financing, and return of investment is to reduction in maintenance costs, enhanced durability, and social or community benefits. In terms of the financial feasibility, there are three, which are initial investment, sources of capital, and long-term financial sustainability. For the initial investment, land prep, soil investigation, structure construction, M&E, drainage, parking, and meanwhile, flood control measure is to raise flooring, enhance drainage. For the sources of capital, it is community contributions, government support, Islamic financing, CSR from local businesses, and for the long-term financial sustainability. So for in terms there are two, so which are operational cost management and continuous funding sources through community involvement. For the operational cost management, budgeting, quantity surveying, cost efficient features, which are natural ventilation, energy efficient lighting. In terms of the financial feasibility in under the return of investment and sustainability, there are three, which is direct financial returns, non-financial returns, and sustainability measures. So for this one, for the direct financial return, there are rental or usage fees for multiple halls, classes, and events. And for the non-financial returns, they are reduced operation risk, improve community development, long-term assets value, and enhanced safety. And for the sustainable measures, they are cost-effective design and sustainable operations. And the technical feasibility, the objective is to evaluate the technical aspect of relocating the mosque. So the key areas for this technical feasibility is site suitability and construction challenges, and also facilities management and maintenance planning. So these are the site suitability. As you can see from the picture, there are sites located on 2019, which shows the location of the Masjid Al-Fattah. So the current site will be vulnerable to floods, ground level at 50 meters near to the Kuantan River. So the purpose of the site is to elevate it above floodplains, which are the ground level at 100 meters. So the advantages of this is to improve drainage, flood-resistant design, and safer environment. As you can see, there are the article journal that has been shown inside the slide. So for this constructability, it is a sufficient space for most footprint, parking, and support facilities. Number two is planned elevated platform and engineered drainage to prevent flooding. So the number two for constructability of this masjid is the geotechnical evaluation. So this is appropriate for the site after necessary soil improvement and bearing capacity adjustment. On the other hand, the maintenance and operations, they are two, so which are facilities management. So the regular maintenance, which are structural, NMAE, and drainage. Number two is sustainability in design. For example, rainwater harvesting, energy efficient, and there's so much more. And for the safety and security, there are five safety measures, CCTV and access control. And the last one is the occupational safety standards for workers and users.
Okay, in conclusion, the proposed construction of Masjid Al-Fattah at Batu 3, Kuantan provide a comprehensive and long-term solution to the mosque ongoing water and flooding issue. The project incorporates elaborate structure system, flood resistance, architecture design, and efficient drainage planning to ensure the safety, durability, and continuous operation of the mosque. From the project management perspective, the development is technically feasible, financially feasible, and well organized. Key risks such as construction delay, safety concern, and operational challenge have been identified and effectively managed through structure planning and risk mitigation strategy. In the additional, sustainable design feature and effective facility management help reduce long-term maintenance costs, will minimize environmental impact. For the overall, the Masjid Al-Fattah Batu 3 is both technically sound and socially responsible.